on, you guys? My name is Megan. Welcome to This Past Romance. This is my YouTube channel where I talk to you guys about all the romance books I'm reading or have been reading, or in the case of today's video, love to read. And these are my top 5 favorite tropes in romance books. So I realized the other day that the only video I have done like this was my least favorite tropes, and that was a video that I did in collaboration with Tamika at Library of Times. You guys know she's my best friend. Actually, one of my times attempting to film this video, because I don't even know how many times I've attempted to film it at this point. She FaceTimed me 20 seconds into filming. So, but I realized I've talked about my favorite tropes, but I've never done a dedicated video. These are my favorite tropes. These are the books that I recommend in these tropes. So today we're going to do that. And to start off, we're going to talk about my very favorite trope of all time. This is a trope that if you tell me it's in the book, I'll at least give it a shot. And that is brother's best friend. It can be sibling's best friend or best friend sibling, or however that needs to be worded. But typically for me, if it's brother's best friend, I'm in. You had me from that point. I am a younger sister. I have an older brother. So like, I get it. And I think the reason that I love brother's best friend so much, aside from the fact that like I grew up having a crush on one of my brother's very best friends for a long time, aside from that fact, is that it feels forbidden, and so you have to keep it a secret. But at the end of the day, you're not really doing anything wrong. You're just doing something that somebody doesn't want you to do. You're not doing anything to harm anybody. And that's really where my stance is on brother's best friend romances, and that's, I think, why I like them. But brother's best friend romances, it doesn't feel as anxiety inducing, because you're not doing anything wrong. Like, your brother just said, hey, like the brother has just been like, hey, don't date my sister, and y'all been like, all right, cool. And then at the end of the day, who's hurt? Nobody. My 2 book recommendations for this, most of the tropes are going to have 1 book recommendation, but for brother's best friend I have 2. I actually have a lot more than 2, but these are just 2 of my favorites. My number 1 favorite of this trope, this is a dark one, so if you don't like dark romance, this one's probably not going to mesh for you. That is Twisted Love by Huang. I talk about this book all the time on here since I've read it, and you guys know that I love it. That doesn't change. This book is great. If you're looking for a dark brother's best friend, check out Twisted Love if you've not for some reason already. If you want a non-dark but still steamy, look at Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. This is the first book in the Hot and Hammered series, and it's great. Tessa Bailey is fantastic. All of the books in that series are great, but this one specifically is the brother's best friend. A second trope that I really love is fake dating or fake engagements. I don't know why, but I love a fake dating trope. Especially if there's something on the line. Like, you have to date me because I need X. Like, I need this. And for this one, my book recommendation is going to be 30 Day Fiance by Whitney G. This book is about a girl who is trying to get a new position, but she signed a contract when she got her job that she would be there for 4 years. She's 2 years into this contract, and she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to find a new job. And her boss keeps sabotaging her and like making sure that she can't get a new job. And finally, he's like, hey, I need to score this deal. I need this client. I need you to be my fake fiance for 30 days, and I will let you out of the deal. So they fake their relationship for 30 days, and it is amazing. It is top notch. I love it. That book is fantastic. Both Whitney G books I've read are fantastic, but specifically 30 Day Fiance, especially for the fake dating trope, it's great. Trope number 3. Now this one, I feel like this trope is kind of popular, but I don't think the people in my circle really like this trope as much. And that is celebrity. I love celebrity books because I love to read fan fiction. I love to read fan fiction. Celebrity books often feel like fan fiction to me. And again, I've talked about some of these on here before. This is one of those tropes that if it's done well, I love it. And that book will be like a 5-star. If it's not done well, I'm probably going to DNF it. There's really hardly ever an in-between. But my celebrity book is To Love Jason Thorn by Maise. I love this book. And I read it, I believe I read it right before I started my booktube channel. So I don't know how much love To Love Jason Thorn has gotten on my channel. I'll just be honest with you because I don't remember. But To Love Jason Thorn was great. I didn't read To Hate Adam Connor. Or maybe I started it and I didn't finish it. But To Love Jason Thorn is a fantastic celebrity romance. And it's also a brother's best friend. But I'm putting it in the celebrity category because that's the category that I think of when I think of this book. I honestly forgot it was brother's best friend until I started talking about it just now. It's fantastic. Trope number 4 is a trope that I love but I don't read enough of. And that is Marriage of Convenience. I love A Marriage of Convenience. I've read a couple of these and I know I've read 2 recently. The first book that I will highly recommend, and that's because I recommend all the books in the series, is Isn't It Bromanctic by Lyssa K. Adams. This is Vlad the Russian's book. This is the 4th book in the Bromance Book Club series. If you like Marriage of Convenience, Vlad's book is great. And actually both of the books that I've read in this trope have been to get somebody a green card. Isn't It Bromanctic is A Marriage of Convenience between Vlad and I don't remember his wife's name. But I love all these books. Lyssa K. Adams' writing is great. If you're looking for A Marriage of Convenience, definitely look at Isn't It Bromanctic. Another good option that I've read recently that I took issue with for different reasons is Roomies by Christina Lauren. That's A Marriage of Convenience to get a green card as well after someone overstays their welcome on their visa. That book is really short. I'm pretty sure it's a novella. I listened to that book on audio. Both of those books are good. And this trope is one that I would like to read more of. If you guys have any Marriage of Convenience books, leave them down below because those are the 2 I can think of and they've both been for green cards. Not that matters. But yeah, if you guys have any Marriage of Convenience book recommendations, leave them in the comments below because I would really like to read some more. Regardless of what the convenience is. I've read another one that was for an inheritance. Sometimes they're for inheritances. So yeah, Marriage of Convenience. If you guys have any recommendations for Marriage of Convenience, let me know down below. And my last trope that I'm going to talk about is Enemies to Lovers. I love a good Enemies to Lovers book. I really do. The angst. And typically in Enemies to Lovers, one person really dislikes the other one more. But at the end of the day, they're the only person that can be that mean. And my book recommendation for this one is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I know this book was all over BookTube for a while, and I think it's making its rounds around Book Talk now. But The Hating Game was really good. And it's a workplace, but not really. Most of the enemy stuff happens in the workplace. This book is great. I definitely recommend it. Especially if you're looking for the Enemies to Lovers trope. And like I said, I know that some of these books kind of overlap multiple tropes. But the way I've recommended them, it's been when I think of this trope, or when I think of this book, this is the first trope that comes to mind. So for The Hating Game, the first trope that came to mind was Enemies to Lovers. For To Love Jason Thorn, the first trope that came to mind was celebrity, that kind of thing. So that's all I've got today. Leave your favorite romance trope in the comments below. You can also leave me a dog emoji down below. And let me know your favorite trope or your favorite book from any of these tropes that maybe I didn't touch on. And yeah, with all that being said, you guys, be good to yourself, take care of yourself, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye everyone.